And guess what? We're only 1 week away from the release of the next Naruto movie, that is Boruto Naruto the movie, and a nice supplement to that is going to be this promotional manga which is coming out, which is going to be a short story all about the brand new team of Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki. And it was just revealed. It's a really short, really sweet, really funny, chibi-eyes Naruto story, which honestly wasn't what I was expecting, but I honestly didn't even think that we were going to get this. So let's just talk about some of the highlights of this short little manga, which is going to be the big build-up to the new Boruto movie. So what's really cool about this special is that it's already sort of like making me think there's going to be a big change in the Naruto movie that's coming up, because all of the previews have shown that it looks like Sasuke is actually going to be the instructor of Sarada, Boruto, and Mitsuki, whereas in the manga, which was just released today, it actually looks like their original instructor is going to be Konohamaru.
Konohamaru doesn't really last too long, though.
Not really. That's the thing. I imagine he's probably not going to be too much of a key character, and that is kind of a shame for the Konohamaru fans out there, all 5 of you.
Yes.
But still, it was a nice little chapter because it was a good introduction to these characters again. In fact, the first couple pages is just, you know, letting you remember, like, who these characters are, who they're related to, and there are a few cool things to take away from this.
And it's also kind of like a standalone approach, because they got you up to speed with what's going on. So if you hadn't seen Ninja Gaiden, you know...
or Naruto Gaiden.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The point is, Naruto Ninja Gaiden, if you hadn't seen that, it still gets you up to speed. But at the same time, for me, as someone who did read all that, I was kind of like, okay, skip.
Yeah.
So, sort of slowed down the beginning of it for me. What were you getting into, though, Corey?
Basically, there is one little interesting tidbit at the very beginning. We actually do get to learn who Konohamaru's parents are, and this is something that's always been a mystery in the series. We've already known that he's related to the third Hokage. Asuma is his uncle. I always originally thought that maybe that was his father. But apparently there were these 2 Anbu who were seen throughout the course of the series. If you actually remember, in the first half of the series, during Orochimaru's big attack, he did have a couple of bodyguards, and there were 2 in particular that apparently are the actual parents of Konohamaru. Do we learn their names or see their faces? No, but it is a nice little interesting fact. And of course, there's Mitsuki, who's still incredibly mysterious. It almost seems like they're going to reveal who he's related to her, and then you realize, oh no, they just want you to go see the movie. They want to put your butts in seats, and that's the only way we're going to figure it out. Although we're probably going to get spoilers on that in the next week anyway. It doesn't really matter.
They've been like, yeah, we're going to get spoilers. As soon as it gets put on the internet, everyone's going to know. But the thing is, they even make a joke. Boruto makes a joke like, are your parents Monkey D. Luffy? You know, because he has like arm stretching abilities. How many people have arm stretching, body part stretching abilities? Have you seen that too much in Naruto?
There's one character who was kind of similar to it. Like, he didn't like fully stretch out. It was during the Chunin exams, during the first half of the series. I believe it was this one ninja from the Sound Village who was fighting against Sasuke, who actually like wrapped his entire body around him like a rubber band and was able to contort his body. But this was eventually used against him. I'm pretty sure that's who was fighting against Sasuke. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I do remember.
I just, you know, there's a lot of transforming body parts. You know, you got Naruto that has the chakra arms and stuff. So it's not that crazy, but it was kind of like, whoa, this is kind of an attack style we've never seen before. Maybe it isn't even his true attack style. Maybe it's just something made up for this chibi-eyed version. So it's still sort of up for interpretation.
Well, to be fair, they have shown that in the trailer. There is a quick scene, where Mitsuki's like jumping up in the air and stretching his arm. It's not like Luffy, though, where like he snaps the arm back. It's more sort of a traditional Mr. Fantastic kind of like stretching out the arm kind of ability. There's a little bit of force behind it, but Konohamaru isn't so shocked by seeing the ability as so much he is that Mitsuki's actually like groped his balls. Like, there's a scene where, like, they're doing the whole bell test thing again, and that's where the second part of this little short manga comes in. They're basically doing the bell test again, except with Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and it only lasts a couple of pages, and it's just basically to see what each of the characters are capable of. Mitsuki's basically a troll. He basically just gropes Konohamaru, it freaks him out. Then you have Konohamaru going up against Boruto, and it seems like they're going to have, like, a Rasengan off. But actually what happens is Boruto just actually squeezes lemon juice into his eyes, which pisses him off. And then he tries to use his sexy jutsu against him, which is weird because you get all of these like fan service chibi-eyes versions of a lot of the famous females from the Naruto series. And then it all just sort of ends with Sarada getting really pissed off, doing the classic Shanaro punch and just destroying everything and taking the bells for herself, which is very different, but again just reminds us, yes, she very much is Sasuke's daughter. She definitely evokes it.
But very much just the same, but with crappier art and chibi versions. So,
be honest! Yeah. You don't have to like it!
It's not that I didn't like it, it's just I was like, well, that was a few minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
Yeah.
So, and then here's a few more I have to tell you guys about those minutes of my life I'm not getting back. So, all in all, I've spent a lot of minutes I'm not getting back because of this. So, I'm not exactly the happiest person. But I didn't not enjoy it. It's just not the best Naruto thing I've ever seen.
If anything, it was free. We read it. It was short. It was sweet. It's basically it's just to remind you the new movie is coming out. You know, it's not really all that shocking. Although if they do any
glorified commercial.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If they do any more of these in the future, I would prefer that they not do them all chibi eyes. That was really the biggest turnoff for me. I'm not really a big fan of that. Like they did that
You're
whole
not
spin-off.
missing the Rock Lee spinoff?
No, I'm not. Which, you know, in many ways I regret not reviewing that show, but I didn't enjoy watching it either. You know, there were a few moments it's like, okay, yeah, Rock Lee's funny, but I also like seeing Rock Lee as a serious character too, and that show sort of made him seem a little too goofy. And
Rock Lee hasn't been a serious character in years, Corey.
Not really, but
He's
I don't
gone.
know. I don't know. I still think he's an inspirational character, if anything.
He's gone down the goofy train long ago.
Pretty much, but
yeah.
If anything though, and I just want to mention this before we go because we just wanted to give our thoughts on this manga. They did also just release a small trailer for the movie, which only has a few new scenes in it. Just seeing some of the other characters, it does look like Rock Lee is going to be one of the proctors or one of like the referees during the tuning exam, and you get another good look at him, and I think that looks really awesome. He looks so freaking awesome in his brand new form with his cut off sleeves and his red scarf. Just totally original look for the character, and I really like that. And of course you get some more shots of Mitsuki and everything, and they're trying to keep his lineage a secret. The biggest rumor, of course, is that he's related to Orochimaru, but we're going to have to wait and see. I really hope it doesn't go that route, because I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm still bothered by the fact that Orochimaru is still even around and allowed to conduct his experiments. I think that's really messed up. Maybe that's something that the new movie is going to address. What I will say is this manga didn't really get into that. It was just a reintroduction to the characters, who they are, and what they're going to be like in the brand new movie.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't really have a rating for this, but I didn't enjoy it so much, but I would recommend that all the hardcore fans go read it, and you might get something more out of it, because there is that history lesson in the beginning, so kind of interesting. What do you think, Corey?
I'm in the same boat. I'm not going to give this a score, because this is not a typical Naruto chapter. It's just a special supplement from the movie. But just like you, I can recommend it to the most hardcore of Naruto fans. It might get you excited, and you might actually enjoy the chibi-eyes humor. It's not exactly for us, but you might enjoy it. So definitely check it out, Naruto fans.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. Make sure to thumbs up the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't know already, we got a podcast, and it's called The Powerful Nerdcast. So what we really need is some ratings on iTunes. So if you guys could, go to iTunes and search The Powerful Nerdcast and give us a 5-star rating if you really like the podcast, and leave a few sentences, you know, in the review. That'd be awesome, and we really need reviews, so thank you guys so much for even spending 5 minutes of your time to do that. And also, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter. Anything else, Corey?
Just please tell us what you thought about this special Naruto manga, which was just released. And we will also put a link to our iTunes in the description box below, as well as a link to Rogue Intel, which is another place you can find our show at, as well as a lot of awesome podcast shows. So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for your time today, and until next time, stay dandy, baby.